national manager for a different product, and let's do this particular thing together. So during this particular course, to tell you about my family, I'm married to a Sardarni, I'm a South Indian, my son is a Sardar, so he's a South Indian Sardar, and I had grown hair up till here because he used to always wonder why do I go to the barber and do what at that particular stage. So I had to grow my hair till shoulder length, and because in the Sikh community you're not supposed to touch your hair and cut your hair. So I had
the first South Indian Sardar?
He is possibly the first South Indian Sardar. So I had grown up till here, and I walked up to, I had the challenge, I mean the guts to go into the president of Videocon with an interview with this long hair and with beard, I mean because you're not supposed to cut hair anywhere, so beard and this long hair. So I explained the same situation to him. He said, या तो पूरा सरदार बन जाए या फिर उड़ा गया. So I said, okay. So that's how I joined Videocon. There's one little filmy situation also to this, of being the challenges of being an entrepreneur. I had partnered with a gentleman for this particular earlier business in the fag end. There was a certain amount of investment done by him. The entire bulk of the investment was done by me because my savings, I nearly wiped out about 10 lakhs to 15 lakhs at that particular time, molds and dyes and everything. And while going off, I told the partner that you can take this entire business, this molds are yours, I can train your people to drive the business, train them and whatever you want. But he said, okay fine, you can go to Videocon or better. When I joined Videocon, this gentleman sent a set of goons and gave them a supari saying that kidnap him and challenge him to give back the money. So that's the Indian version of being an entrepreneur, and these are one of the perils you will have I mean, if someone wants that. So you be prepared for these kind of things as well. I was kidnapped thrice in the entire Videocon spend, and but this was a proper legal document I had as a partner with this gentleman. So I didn't have anything to fear against those particular goons, but God forbid for any of you, at the end of a gun, it's very difficult to understand all this. So I was thrice in terms of kidnapped, but I faced that particular thing. I said, I am not going to give you. You can do whatever you want to, because I am clean and I am absolutely clear in this. In fact, I went up to the gentleman and said that I have started my journey once again, so if you want, you can wait for some more years, I can pay you back, because I will come back to whatever situation. He didn't listen, he wanted at that particular moment. I said, then forget it. I won't give it up, screw it. I am not going to give you that. So I got out of that particular situation with whatever the police arrangement and everything. And then I saw that entire consumer durable business was getting so very monotonous. To tell you about the Videocon experience, I was handling the entire rural arm of Videocon, doing black and white televisions, radios, audios, whatever used to go into the rural market. So I have travelled the length and breadth of India, I have understood the rural market, and I see a very large potential, and hence I took up this particular challenge of stoves as well. So in Videocon, it was that we were at about 5th or 6th number nationally in terms of sales of black and white TVs, and I every year jumped about 20% growth in that entire tenure from 2001 to 2006, and the black and white television was a dying market, but we used to sell every year about 5 to 6 lakh black and white televisions. Mind you, Videocon, the entire arrangement Pradeep Dood gave me was that you source from an external vendor, you sell it to these particular distributors and give me my net 3% or 4%. And that was an excellent business. He trained me into this entire thing. So you need a mentoring as well as an entrepreneur. I did my challenge myself, but I got an excellent mentor in terms of Pradeep Dood, because he had absolute business acumen to do this entire business. So I used to source from Hotline. I used to have a 30 days credit from him, from Hotline, and I used to sell cash and carry black and white television into the open market. So I used to have a complete business hold on this. So he saw an excellent performance by me, but black and white television died down. I got so whatever ideas I wanted, I always wanted to go out of the box thinking how to drive it. So entire black and white television, 100 distributors, 100 vans, and we went through the FMCG route. These vans of the distributor were stocked with multiple products, TV to audios, everything, go from village to village, dump the material, and while coming back, collect any service returns or the cash paid for this particular earlier consignment. So that's how FMCG works. So that was an excellent thing.
So you got into Envirofit.
That's how then I got bored of this particular monotonous thing. I said, let's do something again, give back to the society. I wanted to do something social. My childhood dreams, I wanted to go back again. I was up in the job market at that particular moment, and Shell Foundation has a program called as Breathing Space, which is related to the indoor air pollution. Shell Foundation partnered with Envirofit International globally to do this cook stove program. So Envirofit International recruited me.
So it was in 2007, isn't it?
2000, before even I've come to Envirofit, I started my second entrepreneur program. I became the second time another entrepreneur I left Videocon, I joined Hotline as a partner, and we said that we'll launch branded color televisions. That was a daring thing. That was simply a daring thing. You hire and you have Videocons and you have LGs and Samsungs. So I partnered with Hotline. Hotline used to manufacture for all these particular brands. So Hotline is an OEM contract manufacturer for BPL, Samsung, LG, Videocon at those particular times. So if you open the entire kit, it is the same kit. The picture tube as well as the kit is the same. The front, the branding is different. You will have Videocon or LG, but the internal is the same. So we launched a brand called as Vega, and we were fools actually to do it. But anyway, so we did a good amount of business, about 10 crores of business in that 1 year or 8 months span. And again, we were compared to the regional players. We were never compared to the branded ones. We were compared to the regional players. The regional players were cutting on the excise duty, sales tax, and all kinds of legal taxation, and selling the stock. I said, I am not going to do that. So one thing I don't want anyone to adopt this is steal from the legal taxation part. Because you will get sleepless nights and you will get into a whole lot of problems, which I didn't want. So I dropped that as well in terms of the second, and then I went into the job market, and Shell Foundation was looking for Envirofit was looking for a guy to start the operation, entirely operations fresh start from the base in India. So I got selected. It's an interesting experience as well. I was based in Aurangabad, and entirely for this Videocon operation I was based in Aurangabad. I was called for an interview in Pune. I remember I walked into Pride Executive. I had these two founders from US, Tim Bohr and Nathan Lawrence. I went through my entire story, and they said, we'll let you know. Before I reached home, they said that look, there is this particular handoff ceremony happening in Chennai between the earlier partner of Shell to Envirofit. Why don't you come down? Everyone is there and they would like to see you. But I asked him whether I am selected or not. But please tell me that before. He said, we will reimburse for you for the entire flight and stay and everything. So I knew that I am already on board. So I flew that entire distance, stayed there. And I was there for 4 days. At the end of the entire session, I briefed them the way I would look at an operation. of doing these particular things. They said, the chairman said that he